When I began working on my Winter Storm, my first rock album, I was very nervous. I was super nervous. I was like a wreck. Atomic bomb. Oh no. Because I didn't know what to expect, truly. What's there gonna be for me as an artist. I needed to find new people to work with. The business side of it was kind of all okay, or kind of familiar, but all the rest, new people to work, writing songs, is somebody gonna be interested in hearing me out? It was all new. Everything, the whole world was new to me. Creating my Winter Storm from scratch, seriously, was quite interesting. I received more than 500 demos, from which I chose only 4 to the album. But naturally, 4 songs were not enough for an album, so the record company decided to send me out for a writing camp. I had not written songs on my own yet at that moment. We set up a writing camp in Ibiza with other writers, other professionals. Ibiza writing camp really brings me memories of kind of a chaos and even more nerves, let's say. I was super nervous. We spent there only 1 week writing songs with 3 teams, and that's about it. It was chaotic week. The album itself was recorded in several different locations, from Ireland to Prague to LA, Switzerland, Ibiza, various locations. And when I think of the recordings, there is one memory really that pops out. The vocal recordings that were done in Ibiza. Sometimes, because it was during the summertime, sometimes the cicadas, they were so loud, so loud outside that we could not really do recordings. We were recording in a house, normal house, not a studio environment. So you could see, you could hear everything kind of outside, all the noises, and these cicadas were crazy. Sometimes my husband needed to go with a water hose, outside and spray the trees because it was getting like way too loud. Even I can sing quite loud. My voice is loud, but still not enough. We mixed the album in LA, in Hans Zimmer's remote control studios. It was my idea really to go there. I'm a huge fan of Hans Zimmer and his work. And it was really a dream come true for a young girl like me to work there with some of his team members, like Jim Dooley, working on the arrangements, the symphonic arrangements of my album. Wow, it was really nice, really nice. I was super excited at that time, but there was this struggle within me, not knowing how to deliver my message to the world, how my fans will react towards my music, and with whom to make this happen. The first album felt like I was jumping into a box of unknown. It was, in a way, it was scary, but on the other hand, it was so positive. Everything around was so positive because for the first time ever, I was feeling like I am in the center of this creation and I can start sort of living on my own. It was beautiful. So the making of my Winter Storm was a really huge learning process. It was a really big learning process. But I managed to create my own sound and style with this album. It was an an important beginning. I Walk Alone was one of the 4 tracks. I really fell in love with it straight from the first listening. Especially the chorus really grabbed me. It took me within, it took me. The title for My Winter Storm comes from this song as well. And the song gave me the idea to call my fans, my loyal fan base, as my storm. So in that sense, it's a super important song to me. I must confess that when we started to work for Die Alive song, the first demo ideas that were kind of offered to me, they felt really cliched, power metal kind of ideas. I hated them. But eventually I managed to switch things and change things so that after all the music on the song and the story itself really makes sense, and they are now very personal to me, and the song became special to me. It was heavily inspired by author Paulo Coelho's work. I'm a huge fan of his work. And so that Die Alive is actually tattooed on my arm. Can't see it now, but tattooed on my arm, and it became my motto in life. Sort of fulfilling one's dream, fighting for one's dream. You always should fight for your dreams to come true, sort of. So when it's time to go, I have lived my life as fullest. I wanted to include enough song for this compilation because Enough was originally released as in a special version of My Winter Storm. And chances are that not so many people have heard the song before. The song was recorded in Buenos Aires just right after my South American tour ended, with the live tour lineup. It was very enjoyable moment to be in the studio with these guys that I have toured with, became friends with. It was really nice to work on a song together, kind of in the first time, in a studio. But then the recordings were so beautiful, and then when I started to mix the album, that became kind of a nightmare, let's say. I was touring constantly at that time, and so the problem was that I couldn't be sitting next to Toby Wright, mixing engineer, for this song. I was busy on tour, and so he faced kind of an impossible situation because he was getting directions, notes from the record company's side, how he should do his work, and then from my side, how he should do his work. So it was kind of like an unfair, completely unfair situation for him. Yeah, and if I'm truly honest with you, I really don't like how it sounds after all. But hey, part of life and part of the experiences you need to go through sometimes. And it's as I said before, it's a learning process, all of this. I was having the time of my life presenting live my first rock album, My Winter Storm, touring 2 years altogether with very talented musicians, incredible crew. I was surrounded with positive energy and nice people, and it was really, really wonderful. I could perform my music, my songs for my audiences, my fans. It was like, wow, what's this? Kind of. It was really fulfilling, amazing.
To feed the